Hey, everybody, welcome back to Echo Base Network. You got Coach and Nick here on this one.
Hey.
We're talking big news. Big news. And of course, we're talking about the Rey movie, directed by Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, who's been in the news quite a bit as of late. What has leaked? We know now, thanks to a friend of ours, we know the story. There's actually two stories that has leaked. The original plot for the film, we now know what that was, why it changed, and what the updated plot for the upcoming Rey movie is. Now, before we get into the actual plot reveal, the leak, we want to tell you where it came from. Many people are going to be like, "Oh, I don't believe it." That's what happens when you hear news that you don't like. You attack the source. But this source, who again is a friend of ours, who brought us in and shared this with us, he has an incredible track record and has been proven right so many times. And of course, Nick, we're talking about our friend WDW Pro.
Yeah, buddy.
Famous scooper who gets all of the inside information when it comes to Disney. And Pro, let me just remind everybody, Pro was the only person in the world saying that Rey was being brought back for a movie. And so many people did not believe him and attacked him. And then what happened at Star Wars Celebration 20?
That's not true.
He comes walking out. And he was talking about it about 10 days before Star Wars Celebration happened.
Yeah.
He was letting everybody know, and it happened. No one believed it. So, question it if you want to. But
I couldn't even believe it.
Yeah, the receipts are there. It was unbelievable. It literally was. Yeah. So anyways, here's the first plot for the Rey movie, Nick. One, about 9 years after the rise of Skywalker, Rey, somehow through the Force, becomes pregnant with Kylo Ren, the Force ghost of Kylo Ren, and they have a baby.
Dumb.
Through the Force. She's going to have Kylo Ren's baby after he's been dead 9 years.
Wow. All right.
The story jumps 6 years ahead. Rey has rebuilt a Jedi temple, and she is training a new Jedi Order because she's the greatest ever. And her daughter, her and Kylo's daughter, Reylo, is being trained there with all of the others. But their daughter is special. About 5 or 6 years old. She is the first one who truly has the ability to use both light and dark side abilities. She is in the middle, and that is, of course, how people refer to, incorrectly I might add, a balance of the Force. She is neither dark nor light. She is gray. And of course, we know that is not what George Lucas meant when he said balance of the Force. Balance of the Force, according to Lucas, was the complete elimination of the dark side, the suppression of the dark side.
Yep.
Balance is not the way that we use the word in our galaxy. So anyways, Nick, that was the story. And they brought in Disney. They're nervous because things aren't going well in Star Wars world. They're losing money. The franchise is failing. With each passing show, there's less and less viewers. So a group comes in and they do research. And they researched it on multiple points. And they realized that this story was going to make this film fail and put Star Wars in an even worse position. So they did a rewrite.
Man, I wonder how much money they spent on this other group that they had to do the research. They should have just asked us. We would have told them for free.
Oh, easy. We would have told them for free before they even finished the plot line.
Yeah.
That'd have been 2 sentences in, and we'd be like, nope, don't do this.
Yeah, stupid.
Yep. Well, bringing Rey back to be the first feature film for Star Wars in any way is stupid.
Yeah, not
I
a smart move at all
They
on that part.
really don't like money.
Nope.
Anyways, so this caused them to do a rewrite, Nick. So the rewrite that we're getting now, the current iteration of the story, is that 15 years later, again, the setting is the same. Rey is training. She goes off on a mission with John Boyega, Finn. They go on mission together against the new antagonist, the new big bad in the Star Wars galaxy, who happens to be a person who is both Sith and one of the witches of Dathomir. They have the ability of Sith, dark side force, and the witch's ability from Dathomir. And that totally makes sense on two different fronts, Nick. One, John Boyega changed his tune incredibly over the last few months about being back in Star Wars.
We've talked about that before.
Yeah, when it was a hard no. Yep. No. They mistreated me. They did this. They did that. I will never be back. Forget that franchise. He didn't even want to talk about Star Wars. Well, now all of a sudden he's open to it.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden he's significantly lessened his disdain for the franchise. The second point is that the second point is that Dave Filoni is now this new supreme executive who is going to be involved from the beginning. According to his own words, I'm involved in all stories from the very beginning. Well, who's the big bad? Someone who is a witch of Dathomir and a Sith? Sounds a lot like Dave Filoni, doesn't it?
It sure does.
And that also ties in with Ahsoka. So all of that makes sense to me. And I guess what I want to say here is this is not good for the future of this franchise.
Nope, not at all. And that's why I've always called Filoni phony Filoni. And I don't have any faith in him because he does stuff like this. The animation stuff, cool. I wish he would have just stuck in his lane and stayed doing that over there. And they got somebody else in charge of doing all the live action stuff. But, we got what we got.
We got what we got. So prediction, if they don't do a rewrite, if this is the story, and this is definitely a very believable story, by the way. And we also heard that Grogu is going to be making a very limited appearance in the movie because they're going to be using Grogu heavily in the Dave Filoni film.
Yeah, and it makes sense because he's kind of turned into their cash cow to a certain extent, but I think his the fame and excitement around him has died off a whole lot.
The hype has died. I agree
for sure.
The people thought that Grogu could just carry the whole franchise. He cannot.
No,
he definitely cannot. I'm going to say that it is a massive box office flop, especially when you got somebody like Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, who is leading the way with her feminist activist agenda.
Yeah, 100% agree. This will be the biggest flop in Star Wars movie history. Way worse than Solo.
It may be, Nick, it may be the last Star Wars movie ever.
Yeah, I mean, if they dump, say, $300 million into the budget for this, and it completely bombs, even worse than Solo, I don't see how, from a business standpoint, they could continue doing it and making more, because apparently this is going to be a whole new trilogy.
Yeah. Well, I haven't heard that. It's being branded as a singular entry. And they're not even saying that it's episode 10. This is outside, beyond the Skywalker saga, but that's kind of tricky, isn't it? Because Rey is, in fact, in the current world of make-believe, and people can be whatever they want to believe, she's a Skywalker.
Yeah. so she says anyways.
Yeah, and I'm 6'6" and play for the Celtics.
Yeah, exactly. Ray Palpatine. That's the truth, guys.
Yep. All right, guys, let us know in the comments. We love you guys. May the force be with you. We are Echo Base Network, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye, guys.